Good morning, Pokepants. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and let's go ahead and continue our rank ladder climb through Season 9 using a team that we built from scratch. Now, we are pretty well up there. I think last episode, I think it was yesterday, we ended at around 1500 in the Master Ball tier, which I am super excited for because I have never been this high in the ladder before. I've fought against people that were in the mid 200s, but to be this close to that far down the ladder is exciting to me. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get onto our matches, but just don't forget, please don't forget to leave a like on the video, comment if you like to, and subscribe if you guys want more. It's a whole YouTube thing that I like to do all the time, and you guys can also hit the bell and set it to all so you guys get notified on when I release content. It's gonna be kind of a short one today. We're just gonna go right into it. I haven't made any changes to the team. I haven't had any time to, and that's mostly my fault. We've been doing a little bit of overtime at work, so I've been coming home and sleeping and then oversleeping. But today I was able to get up a little bit earlier, just not by much, but just a little bit earlier so I can get this video out to you on time. Let's get into our matches, shall we? All right, our next match is ready to go. We've got Grimmsnarl, Cresselia, Urshifu, wow, Golden Go, Hisuian, Goodra, and Landorus. So, and that's Therian, by the way, not incarnate, Therian, Landorus. With Intimidate, and we'll most likely have Assault Vest or some sort of Scarf, locks him into a move. I mean, other people have been able to build him other different ways, but Assault Vest seems to be the set that you want to use. So, no, well, he does have a fake out user, but he's also gonna have a screener that I can't stop. So that's gonna be really, really hard. Actually, I can stop him. I can, and I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. Tornadus, Iron Hands, Chi and Pow, and Dragonite. That's how I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna bring in Iron Hands, so if he brings in Grimmsnarl, I'm just gonna fake out the first turn. On the Grimmsnarl, it will work because it's not a ghost, he's very dark, which is really weird. I think he's still weak against fighting, but he might just be weak against fairy. And Grimmsnarl and Landorus is what they bring out first. Now Landorus is going to use Intimidate, but he's also going to hit hard with Rock Slide. So I think I'm going to Terra and then get set up with Rain Dance first. Yeah. And then I'm gonna fake out the Grimmsnarl. That way he can't get a screen off right away. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da. Dude, this song is so dope. So we're gonna Terra our Tornadus to be Ghost. They didn't Terra anything. If Grimmsnarl does fake out, it's gonna outspeed our Iron Hands. Nope, we faked out. Gonna stop the Grimmsnarl, whatever he's doing. Doesn't seem like he was gonna be doing a move that caused his Prankster to activate. So that's interesting. U-turn on Tornadus isn't going to do anything, but it's going to retreat the Landers back. Good call. Because now you can abuse Intimidate some more. Bring out Hisuian Goodra. Okay. So Hisuian Goodra is going to be a little bit of a problem. So we're going to go ahead and taunt the Hisuian Goodra. And I'm going to Drain Punch it. Actually, I'm going to Heavy Slam the Grimmsnarl, because this right here, it's gonna Terra right to Goodra to get rid of its weakness. It's gonna be fairy, so it's gonna be really, really hard to deal with now. But when it's taunted, it'll be easier to deal with. No shelter for you. Reflect to lower down physical attacks, which is totally fine. Cannot use shelter. Heavy Slam. Bleak Wind Well, Bleakman's not going to do anything now. It's going to be 100%. Don't get me wrong. It'll be 100%. Tailwind's going to go up next, so maybe I can outspeed the Grimmsnarl. Actually, we could go straight into that Goodra slot now. Yeah, we're going to go straight into that Goodra slot. We should be able to outspeed it with Iron Hands now. Nope, Parting Shot, which is going to go into Iron Hands, dropping its attack one more stage. And it's going to bring out Landorus again. I mean, it has to at this point. Yep. That's a lot of speed downs. Look at that. Iron Hands was hurt by a Rocky Helmet. Thunderbolt gonna go into the Thunderous. Is not, or Tornadus is not gonna do a whole lot. Bleak Wind is not gonna do a whole lot, but it will do sort of stuff. Alrighty then. Bring out Qian Pao. And we'll Heavy Slam. Now we're gonna swap out to Dragonite. The minus in stats is too much right now. I'm gonna be taking a risk and switching out both, but it's kind of like the only option that I have. Landorus having like a -2 on most of my Pokemon. Goodra retreats, which is good. Here comes Grimmsnarl, I think. Nope, Cresselia. They use Earthquake. Does not hurt. Cresselia doesn't hurt Dragonite, but it does a little bit of damage to Qian Pao. Going to Ice Spinner. Actually, I think I'm going to leave Landorus alone. Cresselia is a problem, but if they switch out, I'm switching out to someone that's not going to do anything. So maybe going into Cresselia is probably better. And if they swap out Cresselia, they go right into that slot, which is going to hurt a lot. Withdrew Landorus, it's totally fine. Sent out Hisui and Goodra. So the Rocky Helmet would have done a lot. Extreme Speed goes right into Cresselia, which is able to withstand a lot. Here comes the Ice Spinner. And that does a little bit more damage. That was even a crit. Lunar Blasting will go off. Healing Hisui and Goodra. More importantly, it's going to really healing the Cresselia. And the rain is gone. So we're going to bring it back out Iron Hands on Qian Pao's side, and we will continue our onslaught. Actually, we're just going to retreat here too and bring out Tornadus. That Hisui and Goodra no longer has taunt, so we have to be really, really careful now because they're going to do shelter this turn. Buffing again. Okay, Tailwind's gone on my side, which isn't going to really matter too much. Fake out the Cresselia, taunt the Gudra. Withdrew the Cresselia, so the fake out is not as great. Here comes Landorus. Call for the taunt. Thunderbolt into the land Tornadus, which doesn't knock it out, but gets really close. Heavy Slam into that slot. Tailwind to double our speed. Slam. Very little. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Landorus goes back. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. How do I do this? This match is going to take forever. In comes Grimmsnarl. Thunderbolt's gonna take down Tornadus finally, but that's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'll bring out Qianpao now. We have Reflect open for one more turn. Drain Punch the Qianpao, or wow. Grimmsnarl? I'm gonna protect with Qianpao. Now that Taunt's gone, I can't do anything about Gudra doing Shelter. Thunderbolt is really, really interesting though. I didn't think that this Pokemon was special. A lot of people just used physical based moves. So let me take a look. Parting Shot goes off Iron Hands, which is gonna drop its stats even more. And here comes Landorus. So Drain Punch does get a little bit of HP back. It's only 8. Wow. Oh wow, Hisuian Gudra is across the board 100 to 150. HP is at 80 and speed's at 60, and that's base. No wonder people use this Pokemon a lot. My god. It's gotta be like the typing. That's insane. Okay. Well then, this is gonna be a very interesting match, guys. Hopefully you don't mind. Swap to Dragonite. Ice Spinner. The Landorus. I need to knock out a Pokemon. Just one. Nope, withdrew Landorus, but Ice Spinner is still gonna hit into that slot, so whoever it brings out is gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna be Grimmsnarl. No Reflect. Ice Spinner. Oh, it does not knock out the Grimmsnarl. Body Press into Qianpao. It's gonna knock it out. It does have a thing of shelter on, so it's going to do a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay. What are we looking at speed-wise? Oh, I got 10 for one more turn. That's cool. Okay, extreme speed into Grimmsnarl and fake out into Goodra. Here comes Landorus. Hello. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Goodra flinched, couldn't move. That one's gone. Landorus just swapped in, so that's totally fine. Extreme speed right into Landorus and heavy slam into. Drain Punch's not gonna work. Yeah, why not? Heavy slam into Goodra. Boom. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's all I could do. To get another shelter off. And we're out of here. Was not able to KO a single Pokemon on that side. They were really, really good at lowering down my attack. Might have been different if I brought in Fluttermane, but I don't think it would have mattered that much. Next match, we've got Tornadus, Urshifu, Heatran, Gothitelle, Amoonguss, and Fluttermane. An interesting assortment of Pokemon here. I think the best course of action that I have is to maybe bring in someone that's going to be able to counter Fluttermane, Amoonguss, and Heatran. Gothitelle is going to be bulkier than Wrap. The only one that's going to be able to really counter her is maybe Fluttermane. Fluttermane can counter Fluttermane itself. Amoonguss can be countered by Chien-Pao, but it's going to have Terra Water, so maybe bring in Iron Hands for that. But I do need... Well, Urshifu and Iron Hands can counter both Heatran, but I can also bring in Dragonite too. I don't know what kind of Urshifu that is, so that's another thing that I need to consider. Fake Out's not going to work against Gothitelle though, but that's totally fine. Doesn't really matter. We'll bring in Tornadus, Fluttermane, Chien-Pao, and I'll bring in Urshifu for the counter to Heatran. Fluttermane to outspeed the other Fluttermane because it might not be booster energy. A lot of people have been switching over to like a bulkier set, so I'm hoping that's the case here. Might take like an extra move or something to hit it to knock it out, but as long as I'm doing fairly well, it's going to be not as bad. 2 ghost types right off the bat. So that's the thing. Booster energy will act on my side, giving Fluttermane an extra speed increase. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with Rain Dance. And then using Imprison. Yes, Imprison. Terra Fairy, so I don't get knocked out by using Imprison. I want to survive a little bit. If that's a spec Fluttermane, I will not get knocked out with my setup. And Imprison would make it so that Shadow Ball can't be used, Trick Room can't be used. Gothitelle does get Fake Out, which does not work. Well, will now work against Fluttermane, but I don't know if I was the target for that. I was not. Tornadus was, so that's totally fine. I'm going to Rain Dance anyway. Thank you very much. But I prevent Shadow Ball, Moonblast, and Trick Room, and that's what Imprison's going to do for me. Moonblast cannot be used because I said no. Bleak Wind right off the bat because I'm faster now. And I'm going to go right into Fluttermane. Now another Terra type that you could use on Fluttermane, if you don't want to sit with this particular setup, right? You could go Terra Ghost to give Shadow Ball that little bit of a boost like we do with Moonblast. Shadow Ball into the Tornadus, which is going to do a lot of damage. Lower down its special defenses, and here comes Bleak Wind. Does nothing to the Gothitelle, but it will knock out this Tornadus. Goodbye. Gothitelle left standing and most likely will have Shadow Tag. So I can't swap out any of my Pokemon unless they're Ghost types, which is really, really funny, by the way. Now we're going to taunt the Amoonguss, and I'm going to go right into the Shadow Ball to the Gothitelle. Battle is canceled. Never mind. That was a short fight. I don't know why they left. They had a good chance. All right, next match is up. We've got Urshifu, Regieleki, Hisuian Arcanine, Fluttermane, Indeedee, and Tornadus. Okay, so we do have Indeedee in the match. So Pokemon that is going to be able to affect that one using Follow Me is going to be very, very crucial. We're also not going to be able to use Priority if Indeedee ever hits the field. So with that in mind, we should plan for the following. We're going to need to get rid of Psychic Field, so anyone that has Ice Spinner will be able to do it. So I'm not going to use Dragonite in the opener. I'm going to use Tornadus and Chien-Pao instead. They do have Pokemon in the back that is going to be really, really effective against mine. So I'm going to need a ground person. Dragonite's going to be in, and I think Urshifu. No, we will use Iron Hands as the last one. I want to bring in Dragonite, but I brought in Dragonite. I wanted to bring in Urshifu, but the only one that he would be able to counter effectively might be Tornadus. And he could also knock out Indeedee too. I think it drops it down pretty well, but I'm more concerned about that Psychic Field, as now it makes it so that I can't use any of my priority moves, and that's what I'm worried about the most. Urshifu is going to be a Rapid Strike, so we just need to decide if it's going to Terra now or Terra later. If it Terras now, it's not going to knock out. I mean, it could knock out Tornadus. I could set up for the Rain Dance and then get it set up that way, but I think that's a terrible idea. We're gonna go straight into the Indeedee slot because it's gonna follow me. Its Psychic Surge is already up, so no priority moves can be used, and I'm faster, so I don't really have to worry about using Tailwind. Although if Urshifu is Scarfed, he'll outspeed me considerably by a lot. They're gonna Terra, gonna be Water. Yep, getting that boost of water attacks there. Indeedee's gonna follow me, which is something that would happen. Surging Strikes, it is Scarfed. Okay, so it's not gonna be as offensive. It's still gonna knock out Tornadus though. I did Bleak Wind instead of like a natural move. I should have maybe done Tailwind there, but that's okay. Ice Spinner into the Indeedee is going to take out the Psychic Surge, and it does not take out the Indeedee, but ooh, Chien-Pao is hurt by the Rocky Helmet. That's going to be hard. But now I could bring out Iron Hands. And we're going to Thunder Punch the Urshifu, and I'm going to Protect. I'm assuming Indeedee is going to have Skill Swap. I've seen Indeedees run around with that quite a bit, and that's going to reset the thing. So I want to prevent that. They're going to swap Urshifu to bring out Fluttermane, which Thunder Punch is still going to hit the Fluttermane. It's also going to withdraw Indeedee to bring out Regieleki. Protect here. Thunder Punch brings it down to its sash. Drain Punch the Regieleki, and I'm gonna Sucker Punch the Fluttermane. Withdraw the Regieleki. Set out NDD to reset up Psychic Terrain. So, unfortunately, Sucker Punch isn't going to work. Fluttermane's going to use Dazzling Gleam. It's going to knock out Qian Pao, but it's not going to do a whole lot to Iron Hands. But that's totally fine. Drain Punch right into Entity does not knock it out. That's unfortunate. So now I'm down to Iron Hands and Dragonite, but that's totally fine. I came prepared. So the Pokemon that they have, how do I see that? That's how I see it. Okay. All right. I know what I'm bringing in. We're gonna Heavy Slam into Fluttermane, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Stomping Tantrum to NDD. Helping Hand from Fluttermane to NDD to Fluttermane. Does not knock out Iron Hands, but it does get really close. Stomping Tantrum. Knocks out the Entity, does do a little bit of damage to the Rocky Helmet. And Heavy Slam right into Fluttermane. Urshifu will now come out, and so will Regieleki. Now, I slapped Terra, but I don't think it would have mattered too much. I can't use Fake Out. I could use Drain Punch, but I'm going to be the fastest thing on the field. Yeah, why not Terra Normal, Stomping Tantrum on Regieleki. Let's see what happens. Maybe Dragonite will survive an extra turn or two. Who knows? Multi-Scale's been procced, though I can't really rely on that right now. Thunderbolt goes down Dragonite. Not getting rid of the Psychic Field or not using Tailwind, probably like not using Tailwind my first turn is what really screwed me. The whole basis of having a speed team is so that I attack first, but that's okay. All right, our fourth match of the day is ready to go. We've got Urshifu, Farafrig, Grimmsnarl, Golden Go, Glastrier, and Toxtricity. I think that's what it's called. Okay, so Boom Burst is going to be Toxtricity's set, which means we might be looking at some crazy mechanics here, but we're also going to be looking at Trick Room as well, so we're going to have to worry about that first and foremost. So Tornadus and Fluttermane will lead the charge, and then we will bring in the back. Who would we bring in? So we're not going to really rely on our priority moves. So Qian Pao is going to come in, and I think I'm going to bring in Urshifu. I think Urshifu is going to have a better chance of winning here because of the multi-layered attacks that he could do. And because we're going to shut off Trick Room, we're not going to have to worry about not hitting particular speed tiers. So if Farigiraf is on the field first, we set up with Imprison so that no one can be affected. If they set up with someone else, then we don't have to worry about that. But it's Farigiraf and Grimmsnarl. Okay, that's cool. So we know what we need to do now. Grimmsnarl can use Fake Out But Frisk. Okay. I mean, that's huge information, though. Don't get me wrong there. It's not Prankster, so that means I can now outspeed it with whatever I'm trying to do. It just lets them know that I have Covert Cloak, so they cannot fake out me, but I'm not going to transform Fluttermane either, if that makes any sense. We're going to go ahead and get started off with Tailwind here, and I'm just going to imprison Trick Room, so they can't be used. Go ahead and ally switch if you'd like. You can also try to attack if you'd like. It doesn't really matter to me. You are most likely, at least Grimmsnarl, is going to have Light Clay. It could be set up to do other things, but it could be one of those things. Oh, Imprison doesn't work because it went for Play Rough instead and knocked out Fluttermane. And it was Trick Room. Interesting. Well, Tailwind is certainly useless now. And I can't use priority because Farigiraf is probably going to say no. I haven't been able, this is the first turn, and I'm already hugely down. I was not expecting Fluttermane just to get one shot like that. Rain Dance and Terra Water Surging Strikes to Grimmsnarl. Furifrag. Wow. Furifrag is probably gonna go first out of the four of us. Could be Grimmsnarl. I mean, he went first and then Farigiraf did, but I'm not 100% sure. Farigiraf is going to use Psychic. Not going to do a whole lot to Urshifu. It does considerable lot. Wow. Okay. This match is terrible. Yeah, I haven't been able to really make a move. Bleak Wind, why not? And we'll protect. They'll probably go straight for Qian Pao. So the only thing I do is Bleak Wind and hope for the best. Imprison. Okay. False Surrender. Brings it down to 7 HP. Holy crap. Speed fell for Farigiraf and Grimmsnarl, which is terrible. False Surrender. Okay, and we will Bleak Wind again, and I will just Ice Spinner. Psychic. Knocks out Tornadus. False Surrender. Not very effective. But it does hit Qian Pao for quite a bit. Ice Spinner right into the Farigiraf isn't going to do anything. Tailwind's gone. What is False Surrender? Like, why do I remember that move? And then be like, why this one? Must be really, really interesting. Here's Grimmsnarl. Okay, so yeah, we're Sucker Punch. Let's try it. Protect. Oh yeah, I can't protect because rough. Boom. And I get taken down. I couldn't get through the first two. What is wrong with me today? Wow. I couldn't get past the first two. It's interesting. It's really interesting. All right, our final match of the day has Urshifu. Wow, my eyes do not work today. Okay, Urshifu, Hisuian Arcanine, Brute Bonnet, Fluttermane, Tornadus, and Lucario. Okay, interesting stuff here. So Lucario is probably going to have Aura Sphere and is also going to have... It's one of its abilities. I'm not 100% sure. I'll bring that up right now on Cerebi. Cerebi is a really useful tool, and I use it quite a bit during these matches. It's okay, so Justified raises its attack one stage if hit by a dark move. There's Inner Focus that prevents it from flinching and having its stats lowered. And then there's Steadfast, which raises its speed every time it flinches. I think it's going to be Inner Focus, but it could also be Justified. In the event of this, though, we're going to bring in Tornadus and Fluttermane, because we're going to need to have an open for that. Dragonite for Hisuian Arcanine, and we'll bring in Fluttermane or Chien-Pao for the combos for Tornadus if we ever see them. So far, I'm 1 and 3. Brute Bonnet, Tornadus versus Fluttermane and Tornadus. Okay. So we do have to worry about a Sucker Punch on that side of the field with Brute Bonnet. Question is, the only person I can really taunt is their Tornadus. So I'm going to Tailwind my side. And then I'm going to Terra Fairy Moonblast into Brute Bonnet to be able to survive, hopefully, the Sucker Punch strike that I could receive. Now, that Tornadus can learn weather, different weathers besides Rain Dance. It's probably the more neutral of the three. They're also going to Terra, and it's probably going to be the Brute Bonnet. It is. And it's going to be Ghost. Okay. To lower down the attack, so Taunt goes off on my Tornadus. That's an interesting 50-50. I can't use Tailwind. I'm still going to Moonblast it right in the face. But it did not do Sucker Punch, so that's interesting. Lowers its health by half. And drop its special attack. Bullet Seed. Oh, it's loaded dice, never mind. Goodbye, Fluttermane. That's an instant 4-hit KO. There's no way to counteract that. I wish there was, but there isn't. Hit 4 times. Swap. Need to bring a Dragonite. And switch into Chien-Pao to get Tornadus out of there. And we already Terra, just so we don't have that access anymore. But I'm going to... I'm not good to Extreme Speed. Everything tells me to click Extreme Speed, but I'm going to hit this Tornadus actually with Extreme Speed. I don't have Tailwind. They don't have Tailwind either, but Extreme Speed will go higher, or will go faster than Tailwind. It'll also outgo Sucker Punch. So I will hit Tornadus. I will not hit Brute Bonnet, though. Brute Bonnet is still going to be the slowest thing on the field, even with Tailwind. Now he's just annoying. I'm just kidding. He's fine. We're going to go ahead and Protect to wake him up. He's going to have his dedicated turn, though, and I'm just going to hit Tornadus with Extreme Speed again. And then we're going to swap out for another Pokemon. Well, he might Spore us too. Nope, he's gonna go straight for the Bullet Seed, which may knock us out. I doubt it. Nope, 4 times. In comes Fluttermane. Sucker Punch the Brute Bonnet, and I'm going to swap you for Tornadus. Since our Tornadus is down, I can also swap into mine. It's going to survive a hit or two, I'm hoping. Unless it's straight from Brute Bonnet, then it's not. Chia-Pow will stay asleep, which is totally fine. Dazzling Gleam. Boop. And Spore. Nope, never mind. Ice Spinner and Taunt or Tailwind, why not? Freddy's fast asleep. He gets priority in all of his moves, so it's the best one I have. Down goes Dragonite. Nope, I didn't do well this match either, but that's okay. Again, any match that we lose, it's a humbling experience for us to learn from. So, what did we learn? A lot. I'll give you the details at the end. Alright, ladies and gents, we are at the end of the video. We are currently 40 battles in, 22 wins and 18 losses. Still higher than what we've had throughout most of the season so far, and I am very grateful for that. Earlier what I said, that it's a very humbling experience, and it is. So what have I learned? Well, obviously I had made 2 crucial misplays in one match, which is not using Tailwind first, and then obviously not doing the correct switch-ins when I needed to, or played the switch game like my opponent was doing the entire time during that same match. The second match that I messed up on was correctly not reading the opening Pokemon for Grimmsnarl or Farigiraf. Obviously those are 2 very strong Pokemon, but I was not expecting one Fluttermane to get knocked out immediately using Play Rough. That just didn't seem like an option or an idea that would happen for me. While Fluttermane is physically or especially bulky, my Fluttermane is supposed to do as much damage as possible, so she's not invested in HP at all, except for maybe 4 points, and that's not the best way to do her. Now, we could change her to become a little bit more bulkier to survive, but is that worth changing up a Pokemon to survive a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence? Now, Bullet Seed, for one, is going to do a lot of damage regardless to any Pokemon that's on that side of the field. And I was afraid that Tornadus on that side of the field would use Sunny Day, giving that Brute Bonnet a huge boost in attack. Bullet Seed plus attack is going to do a lot more damage, even though that with loaded dice, it's pretty much like Urshifu's like Surging Strikes with Mystic Water, except you've got a whole ability to give you a tremendous lead in that case. I misunderstood speed tiers for Urshifu for sure. If he wasn't scarfed, I believe I would have won that match, and I think that was the match that I had opened up with in the second one where we just kind of had to switch battle, or maybe it was the fourth one. I'm not 100% sure, but you guys can let me know down below as well. There are a couple of things that I could have done better to maybe win those matches more. There wasn't any particular MVP. It didn't seem like any strat that I tried worked. So either people are wising up to what's currently available, so a lot of the Chien-Pao Dragonites are most likely going to get countered, and because they're going to get countered, they're going to see less use until more people become innovative to change them in a way to make it more durable. And you can already see that since most people are now running inner focus with Dragonite instead of using multi-scale. And again, I misunderstood multi-scale. I thought it would just automatically do damage to a third every single time, when it's actually half the damage that you get, but sometimes you could still get knocked out. That to me is insane, but what can you do about it? So, Intimidates obviously are huge in this game. Lowering down stats is huge in this game. The problem that I come up with is, how do I use that effectively against my opponents when I've seen it used against me several different times? Besides doing the switching game, is there a Pokemon that I could use to lower down stats? I haven't come up with a suitable answer to that. So maybe we'll do some changes this weekend over the team to see what we can come up with. But today, because it is officially Thursday, the Pokemon World's live stream starts in a few hours. So I'll be listening to that at work. Yeah, I can't watch it live. I have to listen to it live at work. So wish me luck and learning what everyone is playing and what everyone is doing. I'm excited to listen to it. I do work overtime tonight, so I'll be doing a lot of listening to it. So hopefully it'll keep me company while I'm working my 10-hour shift. So yay. Oh, it's gonna be fun. But for now, that's gonna be the end of the video. That's gonna be the end of today's episode for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where we climbed the rank ladder using a team that we built from scratch, beyond the badge, as it were. And the changes to the names will come soon, I promise. I just haven't had the time to do it yet. Maybe tonight. I can't really do anything tonight. Without further ado, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and Pokefans alike. I appreciate you getting to this point. Please do all the YouTubey things. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe if you're new or if you are a returning viewer. And you can help prove my Uncle Mike right by clicking the bell notifications on and selecting it to all. I do release Pokemon generally 6 days a week, but you'll be receiving a 7th video today because I wasn't able to make it to last Saturday. That's how I make it up to you guys. And lastly, happy Thursday. Do your best. The week's almost over, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, see you later. Peace.